When I started Kick Ass and Be a Man, I mostly centered it around what it is today, an advanced self-improvement channel that moves beyond beginner tactics for achieving success. But I had seen what had happened to my peers who had not been anonymous in their pursuits. They were subject to personal attacks, not only in writing, but also in their everyday lives. Some of those accounts I will include in the description. This sort of life was something that I knew I would never want. With fame oftentimes comes riches, but at what cost? The cost of being bombarded in your private life? So much so that your private life becomes everyone else's business? Through the media? I enjoy my private life. If I were famous, I would not know whether the person I was interacting with was being nice to me because I was famous, or if they actually enjoy being around me. I write Kick Ass and Be a Man because I personally enjoy doing it. As time goes on, I may find myself enjoying it less, but that is doubtful. Perhaps as we move forward with this channel, new voices will state their opinions, and we can move on to do collaborations. What I don't want Kick Ass and Be a Man to become is a place that repeats the same dogma that every other self-actualization site recites. With this in mind, you are more than welcome to share what you have found to be helpful, ideas you have noticed about society around you, habits you see other people engaging in that obviously won't lead to success. The only reason we are here today, communicating virtually via a code of zeros and ones, is because people conversed with each other, because Steve Wozniak talked to Steve Jobs, because the Queen told Columbus to set sail, because the blacksmith talked to the carpenter to produce the axe. Conversation is the beauty that makes us human. But many people take issue with what is being said by particular people. Zero Hedge, a site I read from time to time, has stated the case for anonymity perfectly. Here is a quote from their manifesto and a link below. Begin quote. Anonymous speech has a long and storied history in the United States. Used by the likes of Mark Twain, aka Samuel Longhorn Clemens, to criticize common ignorance, and perhaps most famously by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay, aka Publius, to write the Federalist Papers. We think ourselves in good company in using one or another nom de plume, particularly in light of an emerging trend against vocalizing public dissent in the United States. We believe in the critical importance of anonymity and its role in dissident speech. Like The Economist magazine, we also believe that keeping authorship anonymous moves the focus of discussion to the content of the speech and away from the speaker, as it should be. We believe not only that you should be comfortable with anonymous speech in such an environment, but that you should be suspicious of any speech that isn't. With all of that said, I would like to formally introduce my pen name, for it is Robert DePaul. No significant meaning behind it, just something that sounds good to me. If you have made it to the end of the video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I also strongly encourage you to subscribe. You will definitely be missing out otherwise. Lastly, what are your thoughts on anonymous speech? Is it acceptable? Should it be more prevalent or less prevalent? Leave a comment below. I would love to hear.